How's it going, lads? Marshall here. Welcome back to another review on the channel. I've had an absolute nightmare today, by the way. So the camera's over there. Dude, everything just... My speakers broke, basically, and I was trying to fix the speakers. And then all of a sudden, I dropped everything. Like, that fell off. Little camera. But anyways, we got, like, what was it? Silver lining at the end of the rainbow. No, it's a cloud. But anyways, the pot of gold is at the rainbow. We've got an end of an era. And this card looks to be potentially one of the best CDMs on the entirety of FIFA 22. It is, of course, the Brazilian from Manchester City that's not joining Arsenal or a striker. It is Fernandinho. I didn't actually expect him to leave City, to be honest. I thought he was going to stay there until, like, forever. Obviously, a lot of City players have come and gone since... They did kind of like revolutionise the club. The likes of Vincent Kompany, Sergio Aguero. I think Fernandinho is definitely one of those members, and he's been brilliant ever since they brought him into Manchester City. And this card looks better than he does in real life. It is utterly insane. You look at his like work rates, they're medium high. What does that suggest? CDM. 4-star to get out of some tricky scenarios and situations. And he is 5'10" height, so he's going to move across the ground really quick. And if you look at his stats, and even the layout of his stats, by the way, I did use an engine cam style, as you guys can see. Utterly insane. Obviously, I could have boosted the strength, put an anchor on him or something like that. But honestly, he does not need that. He does not need that. Aggression 99 is exactly what you need for that CDM position. Also, you need interceptions. You need the positioner. He's got 98 interceptions, 99 defensive awareness. Which, by the way, is that the highest individual stat for defensive awareness on the game? I can't recall. He's got 98 stand tackle as well. Dude, crazy slide tackle at 93. Dribbling. Now, this is what's going to separate and differentiate a lot of different kind of comparisons you guys want with Fernandinho. A lot of people did ask me when I first tweeted out the images of Fernandinho about Fabinho. Of course, Fabinho would have been the showdown variant, I believe so anyways. But the thing is with Fabinho, he doesn't dribble even a fifth as well as this Fernandinho. Not even a fifth, mate. So I think this Fernandinho is like an outrageous complete, I'm saying that straight away, CDM. But he's got way more to his game than just out and out CDM. He can attack, he can dribble, he can pass. I know he's 82 finishings there. But just wait till you see his shot power in action, and his long shots, of course. And obviously, if you do get in the area, it's a little bit easier to score than 35 yards at times anyways. 91 acceleration. You can close players down really quick, and obviously accelerate past opponents in certain areas, which in a CDM position isn't always used, but it's still very important. And he's passing, dude, his passing is insane in game. Player traits, he's got leadership and he's got the team player traits, which I don't think affects the gameplay too much, or even at all. But those stats, the work rates and everything about this card definitely does. With that being said, let's jump into the gameplay. So here we go, lads, into the gameplay. Hopefully you're not going to see, like, my head turning too much, but I need to look at that monitor over there. Like you did see, I've had an absolute nightmare today. But straight away, Fernandinho threading a through ball into R9, and it kind of straight away showed me the through balls with this guy, when I do win it in midfield, are going to be utterly insane. We win it there, lads. I try an LBY eventually in one of these clips to the other side of the pitch. Just wait till that happens, man. It is pinpoint nearly every single time. We actually go across the pitch here because I wanted to see what like this dribbling was about, stuff like that. Obviously, it didn't come off on this occasion, but it definitely is there. You know what I'm saying? I normally, with players, I try too much in certain scenarios. Just trying to see what they're like with the left stick dribbling, the 4-star skills, just a little bit of flair added in there. We pass it to Richarlison. He kills someone in the crowd. We pass it here to Fernandinho. Now, obviously, this is going to be a mixed bag of highlights on this review. Look at that LBY, man. Well, I'm on PlayStation, it's literally L1 triangle. But yeah, it's going to be a mixed bag of clips that you do see in the review, from challenge to interceptions, to defensive positioning in general, to creativity, the passes, stuff like that, when he does break from midfield, because he can. Obviously, he's a CDM by nature, is Fernandinho, but he will drift. He will drift. Look at this. I don't know if you can see the top of your screen. My face is in the way, but he is in this position. We give him the ball, mate. What? I didn't expect that when I... The one thing I didn't expect with this Fernandinho, I expected him to be an utterly insane CDM with his stats, like probably the best on the game. But I didn't expect his what can I say? His ability going forwards, you know what I'm saying? In that kind of attacking role sometimes when he does decide to get in and join with the attacks, whether you do a 1-2, whether you just build up slowly, pass it to a different player and start playing a little bit differently. It's very, very to create and get him involved in the game. And like you did see, if you do get a chance, just bloody smash it, mate. It's got a very good strike on him. Good save there by... who was that? Aitor in net. Anyways, we pick up the ball with Fernandinho. You can kind of see his array of passing by now, right? If you do get the ball, you see someone on the wing. Hey, you see someone that's not on the wing. You see someone breaking behind the defence. Play the through ball. I'm telling you straight away, play the through ball. It's very effective and it's very, very good. He's actually injured here. And I don't know how he got injured, but he's injured. He still wins the ball back, very nice. Obviously, the injury doesn't affect him in the slightest, so it does not matter me saying that. And then to try an ambitious pass to Felipe. No, it wasn't Felipe Anderson, that was Insigne. Was it Insigne? No. I don't know who I had in my team. Oh, that's quite embarrassing. I actually can't, wait, I can literally, it's right in front of my face. It was Felipe Anderson. Why didn't I just think of backing out and having a look? But anyways, we get the ball in the attack here. R9, short, blocked, simple as. Happens quite a lot at the time. And what you will notice also with Fernandinho is that ball roll, mate, sold him down the river and he gets an assist. What you will notice with Fernandinho is even when he's not involved in the game whatsoever, either your opponent's on the ball, he's waiting and it's like in a different transition, whether that be the opponent's kind of in your defensive third, they're like onto your centre-backs, onto your full-backs, or maybe it's in the attacking ones and you're passing it around. He is always in space. Always in space. And if you don't want him to kind of trigger the runs forward, don't press L1. Don't press L1. If you pass it to him, and he's got the ball, and then he passes it without pressing L1, he'll drop back a couple of like inches on your vision, or centimetres, whatever it is. But probably on the pitch it's like yards, but it's a virtual game, so I've got no idea. But he drops back that little bit of space, gives you the ability to instantly pass the ball back and create a different angle for the attack. This one, we actually work ourselves in the area. I do get challenged, and then I start trying out his left trigger whilst dribbling, and it was actually really, really impressive. I was able to hold off him while doing like random step overs, and I do get the cross in the box, but it didn't quite come off. Now, his process, you've been looking at it throughout this review. I kind of thinks, well, shows you exactly what I think of him. Lovely pass there, timed it, and I get very fortunate with the goal. Acceleration is amazing. His pace in general is very good. Defensive positioning, class. It's just class. Tackling's there, the passing is there, and I've got complete. You're asking me, what does complete, mate? I think he is a complete CDM. That is that. Summary time. So there we have it, lads. That was Fernandinho's end of an era, and I just want to kind of touch on the point I just made there where I said complete. What I mean by complete is he's complete in the position that he's released. I don't think as a CDM you'd want any more from what his core kind of needs in that position are. You want him to have good positioning. He's got that in abundance. You want him to intercept the ball. You want him to tackle. You want him to be aggressive in the challenge and come out with the ball. He's got that. He's got that. He's got that. You want him to have a bit of passing. Say if you're in a tricky situation, you want to spread out to the wings and your cams are marked or your strikers are marked, this, that, the other. He's got the passing as well. Say if you're like, oh, you know what, I'm a little bit a distance away from this player. Can I accelerate and close the area down? He's got the pace to do that. And then you get there and you're like, oh, I made, personally, a mistake in trying to win the ball back. I've challenged too early. I made a slide challenge in the wrong area. Do I have the ability to recover and then get back in a position? He's got that as well. Dude, for his position, he is utterly complete. I think as FIFA evolves on this game, well, we're coming to the end of it now. 3 months left. But anyways, as the game evolves, right, you not only need to be good in one position, it seems, on this game. Everyone wants a player that's good in every single position ever. It was a bit like yesterday, right, where it was like, I've even forgot the player. Guerrero! Everyone was like, Guerrero, the right back, looks like a better CDM. I've never heard that phrase ever. Right back, CDM. It's like someone wants to be good in one position, but everywhere else at the same time. But what I will say is Fernandinho, as a CDM, is blooming brilliance. Do I think he's complete in that position? Yes. As a player in general, no. He does lack in some areas, but not many. Dude, this card is very close to complete in every area. But like as a CDM, definitely. But I still believe he could be a little bit better on this game. in terms of like comparisons, someone asked me personally on Twitter if I'd compare him to Fabinho. I think in that position, the CDM, obviously, some people look for the big boys, right? You want some height, you want some large legs to intercept the ball. When you've got a player like Fernandinho, whose positional nous is unbelievable, and they intercept and position themselves perfectly, and then they've got all the stats to be better than the player like compared to, I think Fernandinho blows Fabinho in the CDM position out the water everywhere, apart from height. Everywhere apart from height. Obviously, height, it's important in some areas. I think CDM, sometimes it can be, oh, I've got a presence in that CDM, but sometimes it can actually hinder the player. And for me, Fernandinho is utterly insane, and I think the height as well, 5'10", perfect. So if you're asking me, should I like replace Fabinho? For me, I definitely would. I definitely would. Played 3 games tonight, 1 goal, 1 assist from the CDM position as well. Match ratings 8.7, 8.3, and an 8.0. I think he did get the goal in the first game as well. Passing 9, utterly insane. Physicality 9, again very good. Dribbling 9. When was the last time I gave someone a CDM a 9 for dribbling? Literally, with the engine chem style, the lowest stat is 95 agility. That's amazing. And obviously, like, defensive-wise as well, agility I can't speak. Agility is used, right? When you manually jockey, that makes the speed of that insane. So, yeah, agility it's key for defending. Similar players. We've got 3 here. But again, he's a similar, like, a mix of the 3. So, Tonali for his position. I think Tonali is a CDM. Pretty much comes very close to Fernandinho with his positioning, his abilities, stuff like that. And just where he places himself on the pitch, even the passing of that card. Matthias and Kante. Now, Kante is on the smaller end of a CDM, but he's very similar to Fernandinho. I think Kante is 5'7" in height, if I do remember, or I've just pulled up a random number in my head. And Fernandinho is 5'10". I think on a video game like this, you can't really see too much of a difference between 7 and 10. And they'll do the very similar job in the CDM position. We've got Matthias there as well, Matthias. Moments. Now, I don't know the price of all the 3 of those players, but I do know the price of Fernandinho. The price right now is 200 and 180. It's a bargain, lads. It's an utter bargain. Let's get in the ratings. The overall rating for Mr. Fernandinho is a 9.8 from myself. Now, in the position, as a CDM, 10 out of 10 out of 10. Honestly, he's got everything for a CDM that's needs for a CDM. But if you want to go a bit beyond and have your CDM play different roles, whether it be, oh, I want to get past this player, that player, and then it does reduce that overall rating for like complete player down to a 9.8 in my eyes. But as a CDM, and the essentials that you need, it would be a 10. The value for coins, speaking of 10s, this is a 10. He's getting a 10 out of 10 value for coins. I think 200k to 180 is one of the best value SBCs we've had in a long time. It's an 83 rated squad with an inform or team of the season, which isn't that difficult. An 84 squads with a team of the season or an inform, it's not that difficult. And an 85 rated squads. That is it. You know what I mean? If you're doing upgrades, hey, get this guy in a week, get this guy in a day. Very easily upgradable and craftable in that sense. And the enjoyment will be 9.4 for myself. He's an enjoyable CDM, man. And like I did say, if you want some more enjoyment out of him, trigger the 1-2s, get him a little bit further forwards. Unleash the shackles on him. Literally take off stay back while attacking on him. And he'll naturally position himself a little bit more defensively anyways, but he'll get more involved in the attacks. What a player, what a card. Hey, and what a career had at Manchester City as well. Yeah, when I think of Manchester City from their kind of transitional period, like getting the money and then going on to become a force, I think like Vincent Kompany, Aguero obviously, David Silva, Fernandinho is definitely one of those players as well. But guys, that's going to be it for the review. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Remember, I do apologise for my camera's like, it's normally there, now it's there. It's a whole situation, my speakers, they broke, lads, and then I tried moving everything and things fell, and then I've had to move the camera there because there's a wire pulling it. It's a situation. It's a situation. That was sorted. Thank you very much for watching. A like, a comment, subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one, lads.